Hi, welcome back to Tammy Talks About. I thought we would talk a little bit about the situation concerning Elon Musk, James Franco, and AH. As you know, we have the subpoenas that have just been filed on Elon and the ACLU and Ben Weiser, and quite a bit going on with that. But one of the things that I've noticed is with James Franco, with his subpoena, his demand is that his testimony be kept private, and it's been this way throughout the entire case. And we've also recently seen the picture that was taken of Elon and AH in Mexico that is supposed to be them celebrating after her victory in the UK, which wasn't her victory, it was the son's victory. But in her twisted little mind, it's her victory. And one of the things I noticed is Elon doesn't look very happy in that video, or in that picture. He doesn't look happy at all. In fact, he looks very concerned. And what we're talking about here, we're talking about the richest man in the world. And we are also, in talking about James Franco, we are talking about a man that has made no secret of his sleaze in Hollywood. So let me just, before we go any further, let me just say, this is not in any form, shape, or fashion fact. This is all my opinion and what I have been able to gather and form this opinion on just by watching and knowing the characteristics that have been portrayed by these people involved in this. So there's nothing that suggests that any of what I'm about to say as far as what I think is going on is actually true. This is, as I said, my opinion. So, as I just said, we know that Elon's the richest man in the world. We know that James Franco he's not shy about his sleaze. Okay, so what hold could she possibly have over both of these men? The thing is that we know that it's been proven already that Elon and her were dating, even though she claims they didn't start dating until after her and Johnny divorced. There's proof and eyewitness testimony from one of the guards at the Eastern Columbia building that Elon was visiting there within a month of their marriage, and he even had his own key fob made soon after, and it was always when Johnny was out of town. So we know he wasn't there visiting Johnny and Amber. And with James Franco, we have the video evidence of him on the private elevator that goes to only Johnny's penthouses with Amber, or with AH. And so why would he want his testimony kept private? And why has Elon, which I know it doesn't pay for him to testify in this case, but it's well known that he's been in a relationship with her, and he's got to know that the evidence has already been produced of him coming to visit her, and that someone's already testified that yes, he was there. That has no reason to testify against him or AH. He just testified to the truth. So this had me thinking, why are these two men trying to avoid or keep their testimony private? What's the big secret? And it's not like it's not all out here to begin with. And there's been the accusation that possibly with Elon that he was involved in a menage a trois with AH and a model. And while that might be true, I got to thinking, that doesn't make any sense. It would only make him look like a really big man in most of the world's men's eyes. So what is it? Why does he avoid testifying? He already knows. It's not like it's going to make him look any worse to admit to having a relationship with her. Why does James Franco want his kept quiet? It's not no secret he's a sleazy person and that he's into some really weird things sexually. And that's what got me. What if the reason that these two men, one trying to avoid with everything he can, the other demanding his testimony be kept private, what if they were involved in a one-night stand, we'll say, with the two of them and AH? That would be something that would not look good for Elon. For James Franco, this would not look good. It's not like if you go out and say, well, I was involved in a three-way with two men. It's not considered sexy, not by men or women. Not in the mainstream narrative. It's not considered sexy. To some it may be, but for the majority of people it's not. So what if that is the reasoning behind both of their, one, keep it quiet, and the other, trying to avoid testifying? Which now I do know with Elon, there is the added more than likely that he is the anonymous donor and he is the one that put her in touch with the ACLU, who, by the way, take a look at the documents to the ACLU. They are more thorough with what they want from them than they are on any other subpoena. Johnny's attorneys know what they're doing. And I agree with Tug. If you haven't watched Tug's video on this, go back and watch it. For those of you who don't know, that's That Umbrella Guy. He really goes into detail over the newest subpoenas for the ACLU and for Elon. Go and watch those. I agree with him on this. I think they know exactly what they're looking for. And they are making sure that they crossed every T and dotted every I. Because they are subpoenaing the ACLU. This is a group of lawyers. But I think they know exactly what they're looking for out of them and from Elon. But it was just my speculation that this could be the reasoning why James Franco is demanding that his testimony be kept private, and why Elon has avoided this at every turn from the get-go. What do you think? What do you think is Franco's reasoning for wanting his kept quiet? And what do you think is Elon's reasoning for avoiding? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me an answer in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. Share this video. I want this channel to grow. I am loving doing this, and I hope you're enjoying it too. I thank you for always coming and spending a little time with me. And until next time, be blessed, and I'll talk to you soon.